All right, it's all good. All right, what's going on, everybody? We are live. What's happening? I'm Charles Smith III, the host of the TShirt Millionaires live show. And today, I got something for all the mamas out there today. Today, we have Trina Small. She is the founder, the creator, the mastermind behind Supermom Culture. Actually, my wife, she ended up sending me a DM a while back, and she was like, this brand Supermom Culture, I think you should interview on the show. And so I went to the page, I checked out. They had a whole bunch of mothers wearing this stuff. I know we got Mother's Day coming right around the corner. Okay. So I really look forward to having this conversation with Trina. I know that it's going to be inspirational, but informational at the same time. So y'all know how we do. I'm going to go ahead and hit this intro video, and then we're going to have a great conversation with Trina. What's going on, TShirt Millionaires? I'm Charles Smith III, the host of the TShirt Millionaires live show. And as I said, we have Trina Small. She's the founding creator of Supermom Culture. Trina, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate it. So yeah, I told you, my wife, you know, she gets tapped into these motherhood brands and stuff. So she sent it over, and it's been amazing. When I looked at your page, just everything you created, the aesthetic, the following, people repping the shirts. How long have you been doing this? When did you create the brand?
So I started Supermom Culture, well, unofficially 2 years ago.
Okay.
I just had an idea. So my background is left corporate America. I'm a blogger. I'm a full-time mom, lifestyle, fashion blogger.
Okay.
And I knew I wanted something for moms, like, because I had built this platform for my blog, and I knew I wanted something for moms. I wanted to stay away from t-shirts. Like, I did not want to do clothes. I wanted to just do something that was easy, one size fit all, and all this stuff. But the t-shirt was like pulling me. It was like, you need something cool for moms to wear, to feel, you know, empowered. And so I just played around with it. I'm a fan of a street brand, and I was like, you know, and it just started turning. I was like, let me try this out, you know, and then I just did it, made a sample, put it on, and put it out there. So I didn't even have a name for it. It was just the Supermom shirts by Trina. Like, it wasn't even a thing. Right. So I just started putting the shirt on, and then I just ran it through my blog. People bought it from a little button. It was nothing major. I didn't have any plans for it. Right. And so then it just took off, and it just took a mind of its own. So I was like, oh, snap. Like, I need its own Instagram page because everybody was wearing it. And then my page started getting filled up with everybody else, which is fine. But everybody's like, Trina, you got to let it live. Like, it's a movement right now. So I started this page about a year in. I started Supermom Culture. I didn't know what it was called. So I just went back and forth, and we just called it, because it was like a community. It's a culture. Right. So we started that. And then when I say officially, like, I got all my incorporations and trademarks and all that stuff last year. Right. So we are legal beagle out here.
Right. So you out there, you fully functioning, everything moving and grooving.
I was fly by the seat of my pants.
Hey, that's how you know what? That's how it is, though, Trina. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the beginning, sometimes it's messy. We, you know what I'm saying? We won't put everything together, but we move and we validate the idea. And so that's what you did. Right. And people start getting onto the movement, like you said. So I love that. So what I want to do is I want to reverse a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I want to go back to where you said you was in corporate, because that resonates with me. I was in corporate. I ended up leaving at a certain period of time and going to this entrepreneur thing. What were you doing in corporate, and why the transition? Why didn't you stay doing what you were doing?
Oh, well, people don't believe me. So my background, my corporate job was in logistics. I dealt with trucks and trains.
Right.
I did that for 15 years, and I was good. Like, I worked with a bunch of like white boys, old white men, but I was like the plug. It was like everybody knew me in the industry because I was like, this young black girl, but she know her stuff. Right. So I did very well in that. And I did enjoy it. I had a couple bad bosses here and there. And we just so then when I started my blog, that was started as Baby Shopaholic. That's what I came out as at first. And it was just me sharing fashion between me and my oldest. Now I have two. But me and my oldest, that was about 10 years ago. So I started this blog. The blog just like took off out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was getting, flued out to do events and stuff, but my job was very demanding. So it was like, oh, you taking off again, like I didn't have the time. And it was just a lot of questioning. So now I started feeling this anxiety when these opportunities came up. I couldn't do it because I got a job. Right. And then it was like, it started being like, it's either your job or you got to let the blog go. Like, which one is it? And luckily, me and my husband talked, we made a plan, kind of worked backwards. We're like, okay, we're going to pay off all these bills. We're going to get it straight. And then you're going to come home. Right. And that's how we planned it. And I actually came home sooner than expected because I had a horrible team lead and he was out to get me and he had planned my review. I was like, I ain't going out like that. So I told my husband, I was like, dude, I'm not going out like that. He was like, all right, bet. This is what we gonna do. So we worked on my little letter, and I went in that review and slid that motherfucker.
You gave him the deuces.
Like, you ain't about to play me like that.
Hey, I love it.
Even on my terms, I am very thankful that I was able to do that. Thankful for my husband for being able to support us in that transition. I was making money from the blog, but I wasn't making a lot of money. A little change. I could go to Target. That good stuff. Yeah, and stuff like that. So that's pretty much how it like really went down. So so I just had to get out of there because it was like I would have been so brokenhearted if I stayed there and let my blog go. Because here I am 10 years later, I'm still blogging. And I quit my job 6 years ago. Wow. I looked back.
Right. I love it. Well, I can appreciate that you had this vision, you had this thing that you were doing. And like you said, to this day, you're still operating at the same time. Also, just, your husband supporting you through the transition. I think there's a lot of people out there, whether it's couples or maybe they're just single, where they want to make that transition. And sometimes maybe they don't have that support. So big salute to him for supporting you through that process. And you're still doing what you're doing today and you walking out your vision. So I love that. Okay, cool. Right. So what's this stuff that you was blogging about? What were you blogging about?
Oh man, anything, just like kind of daily life. So I always tell people I've been blogging since high school. Right. Now I'm old. So this was before the internet. Yeah. I was that friend that I was always into fashion, even though some of my friends weren't. Like they were into the trends, but I was the one coming to the parties like, what Trina wearing today? Yeah. Like I used to always like head to toe. So I was always into fashion. I used to shop for my friends and things like that. So everybody would call me Trina. I need the blog. I just clicked on this thing that said free blog and just started filling out the information and posted a picture of my baby propped on a pillow in her little cute outfit. I was like, look at my baby. Ain't she cute? Look at her little outfit. And I just said where I got everything from. And people just came. Like, I don't even know how people followed blogs back then, but they came. And I was like, oh, snap. People are, because Instagram wasn't in. I think Facebook pages may have just started because, like I said, this was 10 years ago. Wow. And so I just was putting stuff out there. I would do recipes. I would do my outfits, as a new mom with, body is changing. Things are different. Like, this is what I wore. I used to go out to these events and I used to just share everything. I used to share my shopping hauls because it was called Baby Shopaholic. Right. So it was some of everything. And so even to this day, I still blog the same stuff. Now it's called Hey Trina. Yeah. I still blog. I do like home decor. I do recipes. I still work with brands. I got a brand post up now. Yeah. So I'm still an active blogger. Like I'm still blogging in these streets.
That's amazing. I love it. And I'm sure, does that blog feed into your Supermom business at some point in time?
Oh my God. So that's really, so I built this following. So I already had a community. Wow. Which was a blessing from the blog, what I mean? Built up all these people that knew me and my family. And so when I dropped the shirts, it was almost like everybody just got it. Like, okay, Trina been out here momming and sharing with us for almost 10 years, 8 years at that point. Like, okay, she dropped this shirt. We know it's legit. We trust her. We love her. We love her family. And everybody, like, the support has been amazing.
Wow.
Like none of this was planned. Okay?
Right. It came. But you know what? So you said something key. And I love that strategy. And everybody that's watching, I want y'all to be able to catch what Trina just said. She was blogging for a while. she was building an audience before she even thought about selling anything. She built this relationship. She was putting out content. And then when she came across where she had the Supermom shirt, she put it in front of the audience, and everybody start rocking with her. So I think that's so key. I think that's so powerful of people who are looking to start. Try to build that audience, build that relationship first, and then drop it, and it makes it so much easier.
Yep, that's very important. Building that relationship. A lot of people just want to get the bread, get the coin, and get out. No, people gotta feel something, you know. And I think they felt it with me. Like I said, I had already built that trust for 8 years. They knew me. They knew I wasn't gonna come with no foolishness. They knew I wasn't trying to get their money. I'm still in the same house that I was in. Like, I'm not trying to, come up or anything like that. I mean, it's okay to come up, but you get what I'm saying. That wasn't my inspiration.
No, absolutely. I love that whole concept. So that's a gem, y'all. Make sure y'all go ahead and pick that up what Trina dropped off. So Trina, I mean, you could have said, you could have called the brand anything. Was there anything specific where Supermom just, that wording came in? Because I think that's just so strong by itself.
It is so strong. So I think too, with the internets, people had got this perception with the mom blogs and stuff that it's this false motherhood narrative. Now, I know it sounds like, I want to say condescending, like, okay, Supermom, but Supermom, we are Supermoms, whether you think so or not. I'm not a Supermom because I'm doing everything that this white mom down the street is doing. I'm doing Supermom because I'm doing the best that I can do.
Yeah. And
that's really what it's about.
Right.
You are still super, like getting up every day, even on your worst days, you are still super because guess what? You push through.
Right.
And that's the message that I want to relay. It's not about you got the white picket fence and you got the 2.5 kids and a dog and a husband. It's not even about that.
Right.
It's about that empower, and especially for my Black moms, like legit.
Right.
Our motherhood looks a little different. And I think when the internet's in the blogging world, what I learned is a lot of us Black moms came into this blogging world, and it's almost like we felt like we had to be like the white moms. No, I want to be me. I want to be Trina, the Black mom. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like them, because we don't know where they came from or anything, and then they're probably struggling too.
Right.
You know, I just wanted to do me and do it my way. Like I could twerk and be a Supermom. It's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you, Trina, for sure.
Right.
That's your mama. But look, I got so much respect for the Black queens, for the Black mom. I mean, my mom is my hero. My mom is my superhero. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Growing up, she held it down for me and my brother. You know what I'm saying? Could depend on her with everything. And even seeing how my wife raises my 2 boys, she's a Supermom. So I can understand, and I got so much respect for the Black mothers in our community. I think that's extremely powerful what you said. So you dropped this, you got mom, so did you put it directly on your blog website? How were you selling when you first started up?
So I didn't even have I didn't have a name. It was Trina Supermom shirt.
Right.
I started on Hey Trina /shop. That was it. And then I went to the Googles, found out how to put a button, those buy now buttons.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's all I had. I was
like it.
And I was rocking with that for almost a year, and it was selling like crazy through that little button.
Wow.
When I hear people say, "Oh, I gotta pay $5,000 to get this site built," no, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. If you got a good product and a good message, buy your domain or whatever you need, and put it out there and get you a blog button and just keep it moving. Because I go to some sites and real talk, they be trash. But if it's what I want, I'm going to go through it. Long as it's got a checkout and a security bar.
Hey, you good.
I'm good. I'm going to check out and PayPal. Can we talk about that? Please put PayPal pay options on your site.
Yeah.
I left somebody's site the other day and I felt bad because my purse, I just got my basement finished. I was in the basement and my purse was all the way upstairs. That's 3 floors up and down.
Right.
Okay. I ain't no spring chicken.
Yeah.
I'm not running up there to get my wallet to check out when I could have just hit a PayPal button. So now you gotta wait for me to think about it again and go back. So that's a little dime or gem I want to drop.
Right. No, I think that's extremely powerful. And you dropped a few of them. I think Paul Winslow just go ahead and put it perfect. He said, perfect example of just move and figure it out along the way. Don't wait. Trina ain't worried about building no fancy website. She ain't do all this craziness. She figured out how to put a button on there. Buy now. People went through and purchased, right? Easy, fast, to the point. And later on, you see, if y'all go to a website, it's solid. It look clean. It got great pictures, all of that. So that's great. But then also, everybody, I think it's perfect. Make sure you get PayPal. Absolutely.
Get PayPal. And let me tell you even about my supermomculture.com site. I did that myself. And there you go. I just used the internet, put them kids to sleep, and go in. And that's what I did. I built my own website. And that website is what took me to GMA, The View, and all that other stuff. Same site that I built. I ain't paying nobody.
I love it.
Actually, I did get somebody on Fiverr to do like one thing. It cost me $50.
I love it. No, I think that's that's powerful. And that takes the excuses from everybody. I think that's powerful. So you mentioned something though, Trina. I don't want to skip this. You said that if that product looks good and it has a message, that you will buy. Tell me about this message. Why is this message important for somebody to buy your product?
I think it's important because there's just so much stuff. Like people always talk about things being oversaturated. It is, but it isn't. Like, there's so many mom t-shirts that you could choose from. But you want something you could connect to. And if I connect to you, it's an emotional thing. It's like a little relationship. And if I can connect to you, now I'm invested. Whether it's that because I just know you and I like what you're doing. I like how you move. I might not even wear the shirt, but I might buy it just because I see what you're doing and how you're helping motivate other people. I just want to sow a seed into you. That's kind of how I roll, you know?
Wow. So y'all listen, I think this is, Trina, this is something that I always listen for the recurring themes when I have these interviews. And number one, you mentioned oversaturation. There's a lot of people that come into this space and they're scared. They're like, is it oversaturated? Too many people. You're right. There are so many brands out there that sell motherhood shirts, but you had a way to define a message and be able to connect and get attach their emotions to your brand, which allows you to thrive in this space that may be so-called saturated, but it's really not. So I think that's so important for everybody listening. Please make sure y'all pick up them gems Trina just dropped off, because that one right there, I hear that all the time. So I love that, Trina. I appreciate you sharing that. So look, before we move forward, I just want to go ahead and go to this quick commercial break. One thing Trina talked about, she said building an audience. And one thing that April Showers of Afro Unicorn does is she builds audiences organically. You don't have to go through and run ads first. You can do a lot of things organically to build an audience, be able to get your audience to connect, and then grow it and be able to sell later on. April has an ebook. I highly advise everybody to get that ebook. It's extremely powerful. You can take things to the next level, get influencers to grow your brand. So I want to go to this commercial break, and then Trina will be right back to continue this convo. All right.
Hi, I'm April Showers. I'm founder of Afro Unicorn. Afro Unicorn is a brand that's been seen on many celebrities such as Tiffany Haddish, Phaedra Parks, Sherry Shepherd. Alicia Keys has raved about this brand. It's been spotted everywhere on Louis Vuittons. It's been spotted on CNN, Disney, The Kelly Clarkson Show, and This Nation, and most recently, Ebony Magazine. I'm going to show you guys how to do it all for free. I believe in organic marketing. I have grown this brand over 100K in 1 year through organic marketing. I'm going to teach you how to have people fall in love with your brand and to get buy-in. So check me out at Afro Unicorn University Library to get these ebooks to teach you how to grow. Let's go.
There we go. So we got a Supermom with Afro Unicorn too, Trina. So for everybody, I want to make sure y'all go to no paid promos. Use the code Millionaires. If you end up getting the organic marketing book, then you can get the influencer book. It'll be a BOGO 50% off real quick. I just want to make sure that y'all go and check this out so y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. If you go and you get the influencer marketing book, whether it's this one or this one, you can get the organic marketing for 50% off by using the code Millionaires. All right, so we good. That's Miss April Shower. She the truth with it. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you bringing that up earlier, Trina. So let's go ahead and keep the conversation going. So when you ended up putting this on the website at the very beginning, how were you getting the shirts fulfilled?
So Googling God, I just did a lot of research. And by the way, I have a marketing degree, so I have a marketing background.
Right.
So that definitely has helped me in this process. I just went and, talked to my friends that had shirts or whatever. I'm like, where do y'all get these shirts from? You know what I'm saying? Search internet wholesaler, found this wholesale place that's down the street. You probably use, since we're on the same side of town, use the same one. Went over there. Oh no, actually somebody let me borrow their wholesale account. Okay. So I ordered some shirts with their wholesale account, like 10 shirts, different fabrics and stuff. I wanted to check each one out. And then when I made Supermom, I made it on a computer, right? And then I was cutting out pieces of paper, different sizes, and laying it on the shirt to see what it looked like. Like, do I want it inside? Do I want it? How did I want it to look? And then I would take pictures and stuff like that and was like visualizing like this is the shirt. So then when it came time to print, I ended up purchasing transfers, and I did it for myself all the way up until last August.
Wow.
I did it when I say thousands of shirts, like you would think like my back.
You swole.
Whoa, cock diesel. Like I was doing all the shirts myself because I was kind of doing it on demand and just building my way up. If I sold 2 shirts, I went and bought 2 more. And I just kept flipping it up.
Yeah.
And that's how we got to this point. Because again, I was a stay-at-home mom. Like we ain't balling, like we good, but like outside of bills and stuff, it's not like, sure, here's a couple $1,000s and go all your dreams. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. So I had to build that. So I used my blog money that came in, just whatever, to try to do it, buying the machines and, spending here. Don't even know if it work out. Never heat pressed a shirt in my life.
Right.
I just started doing it. And then as they kept selling, and then when I started seeing, okay, this ain't working and that ain't working, crooked ones, and you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Learning by doing it. And that's pretty much what I did until I got to a space where I could just go ahead and get inventory in bulk.
Right.
Because I was kind of doing a little just-in-time situation.
Right. No. But I love that. I mean, I love how, you had no idea, but you asked around a few things, use somebody's wholesale account, right? And then from there, you end up getting the press and you print it. Now, I know you talked about you put the design in different places. What kind of made you just land on the Supermom right in the middle and go with that?
I did this because, we got chest. So
yeah.
Kind of above that. I didn't want it to sit on there and do that.
Right.
So that's why. So it's a certain, inches that every shirt is, and that's really all it was absolutely. That. Like I just didn't want it on the boot.
Right. Absolutely. I get you. I got you. All good. So no, I think that's amazing. And for everybody, like I think Jennifer in the audience, she said respect. That's how I'm doing it, right? I know that there's a lot of people out there who have the heat press. As the orders come in, they take care of it. They get it done. You said you did thousands, and you did this all from the house, Trina?
All from the crib, my spare bedroom. Up in the lights flickering, everything. We was getting in.
I love it. And tell me, were you when you were doing that, were you taking stuff to the post office, or did they do pickups? How did you handle that?
Man, no, I took it to the post office. So I would press the shirts. Right. I would have like stacks of 200 shirts in one night that I pressed, right? Yeah. Sweating because it's hot. Doing all that. My husband would fold them.
Right.
And then my 10-year-old would come in and bag them.
Right.
And then I would fulfill the orders and she would pull all the sizes. So like say, the process we have finally got down, because again, it's trial and error. It's like, okay, we got 50 larges. Wow. So she would go through and bag up 50 larges, and then I would just print all the labels, and then she would just go through them, and we put them in these totes, and I just fill my car up, backed up to the dock, And that's what it got so bad at the post office that they had me sorting my own packages.
like priority first, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to break it down. This East Coast, this West Coast, you know, when they start, so I'm like a doggone worker. And then other people roll up and be like, hey, can you come over here? I'm like, I don't work
here. You're like, hey, you got to do your own, buddy. I'm handling my
I'm over here trying to get mine together. Shoot, I don't know you.
Yeah, no, that's a fact though. I love that though. And that's exactly how I would do it too. You know, go to the back of the post office, drop them bad boys off, put them in the bins. I've been through all of that. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Cool. So real quick, I want to give a shout out and say many blessings to Willette Bry. Willette said, I appreciate the content. Thanks, Charles. Learned about Facebook ads here, and my shirt businesses are growing now. Sowing the seed, continued success and blessings. So I truly appreciate that, Willette. Thank you so much for that super chat. Many, many blessings to you and your business. So you talked about, did you say it was your daughter that was helping you, Trina?
Yep, my 10-year-old. She made a lot of money last summer.
Okay. So tell me about that. I mean, what does it mean for you to be running this business, Supermom? I mean, you got the brand, but you living it in real life, and she's able to see her mom building this business. What does that mean to you?
It means so much because it's like, you know, I saw my mom work 30 years at the same job, and I know it was horrible.
Right.
I think now my girls can see the freedom, and they see how hard I work. I don't think they think it's easy. Right. And they want to get in. Even my little one, my 5-year-old, like she comes in, she's like the salesperson. Mom, they need a Supermom shirt. Like, you know, she's out here plugging and trying to give out stuff. I'm going to take these cards to school. She's in pre-K. She wants to take my cards to school to hand out. She wants to hand out my card. So they're all in the business. They've seen it grow. They've seen me go from the spare bedroom to a fulfillment center now.
Right.
They get to see their mama on TV. Like they get to see all of that. So now their wheels are spinning on businesses and things that they want to do in the future.
That's amazing. Yeah, I always think that's so powerful. And just kudos to you for, you know, setting that example. I mean, them seeing that, you know, who knows what their path is going to be later on. But I just think that is such a positive example, and it's empowering at the same time. So congratulations on that. So
I also want to say this.
Yeah.
I also think that they have skills that they don't even know they have yet just by watching me.
Wow.
So my daughter wants to start a business. She knows all the programs that I use, the printers, because I get that question just off top daily. What printer do you use to print your orders?
Yeah.
Like my daughter, she knows all that. She knows how to fulfill. Like she's got a lot of stuff in her head that she doesn't know that's giving her a big advantage. Like if she ever wants to start a retail or a sales type of business, like she gets it, you know what I'm saying? And that puts her ahead. Like she don't know now because she's not doing it for herself, but she could jump in. We call her the supervisor.
Yeah.
She like trains people. Like I'll bring her to the warehouse and she knows when it's grind time and she works like a whole adult. Okay.
Yeah.
Better than some adults. Like and she be quality checking me like, Mom, this is wrong. You need to check this out again. I'm like, girl, you caught that? Okay. You know, so she's getting some good skills.
No, that's amazing. I love how you said that. She's watching it, and maybe she doesn't truly understand right now how valuable those skills are that she's learning. She's not even, it might not even be conscious, but there's going to be a day she can be like, wow, I learned all this stuff from before, from my mom and me working in the business. So I think that's dope. That's dope. So when was it, Trina, how far in from when you dropped the very first shirt to you switching over and changing your website? Are you on Shopify right now?
I'm still on Shopify.
Okay, yeah. So when did you switch over kind of from just like the buy now button to having the website?
I think once I started the Instagram page,
okay,
when I got the name, then I went ahead. This is it.
Yeah.
And I started building the site. So I think that went down about not last year, the year before. So 2019.
Right. That's dope.
August of 29. I know the time is all messed up, but like August of 2019 is when I put it on the site. So I had been doing it since like February-ish, all the way on the blog button until that August time. And then I put everything on the website.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. So that's good to know the transition with that. Yeah. So tell me this, because your Instagram is dope. What I love your Instagram is not just little mock-ups and stuff. You have real mothers wearing your shirts, right? And how have you gone about getting these moms to send stuff in and being able to plaster all of that social proof on your social media?
Oh, you know what? I can't even say, like, I knew when I started it, I didn't want to be the face of it. About me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got Hey Trina. You can see my mug all day long. So I didn't want to fill it up with me just, wearing a shirt. Look at me. So I did not do that. And then it just started with people buying a shirt. I never asked nobody to put the shirt on.
Wow.
And people just started tagging me in the photos. And like I said, I was clogging up my own feed, sharing everybody and stuff. I was like, they need their own thing. So I knew I wanted to be powered by the moms. Like I did not want to be, of course, I have to introduce the shirts with me wearing it. But then it's soon after that takes over. And I think too, it's just like, it's a celebration. And I think they want to be celebrated. And so when they wear the shirt and they tag me, we were trying, like I got 3 people, well, myself included, 3 people on the Instagram to try to catch everybody's photo. So if we missed your photo and didn't share it, like, or comment or anything, we just did not see it, or it was just like a crazy day or something. Wow. But I got 3 people trying to capture everybody that tags Supermom to acknowledge them, to let them know that we appreciate them. And so that's just what we do. And it's just been like, it's just like now, and like people are excited to be on there because just think, you go through all day, all the stuff that we do. Nobody's telling you, but without wearing a Supermom shirt, that you're a Supermom every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just want to celebrate. I want to celebrate all of us because we're doing it.
I love that. I think that's amazing. And for everybody watching, what I picked up, what Trina said is celebration. She wanted this to be a celebration when people put it on there. Give the moms the praise. Give them a place where they feel important. Yes. And at the same time, she said that she didn't want to be the face of it. She wanted other people to be on, right? And not just all be about her, because again, it's this movement. She talked about it at the very beginning. So I can appreciate that. And I love those gems. You talked about you had 3 people on your IG. So how long have people, so do you have other people managing your social media profiles for Supermom?
Yes. So I have a social media manager. So I ended up hiring her. It'll be a year this summer. She's awesome. I don't know if you saw the memes she creates. Hilarious. Yeah. Well, those aren't all me. Sometimes I put a little input in there, but I'm cackling just like everybody else when they come through.
Right.
So I got her on it only because Mother's Day was so crazy. Right. It was like I couldn't enjoy my Mother's Day because like I had like 200-300 mentions that day and I just couldn't keep up. So it's like the whole day I wanted to make sure that all the moms were represented. Like that's how passionate I am about it. Right. So I was spending the whole day sharing. I was like, okay, I can't do this. Yeah. So I was like, let me find somebody. So that was the best. That was the first like outside investment service that I did for Supermom Culture.
Wow. Okay. I love that. So
it was a strain, trust me, because I'm the kind of, I'm gonna do it myself. But then at the end of the day, like at this point in Supermom, it's like if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And can my time be used somewhere else? So I'm at that point now. But back then, I was running it all up.
Everything.
Making the shirts, going to the post office, coming back, posting on IG, and just doing it all over again. So I was the whole show,
Absolutely. No, I totally understand you. And I love hearing that. I love hearing how that was the first place that you outsourced and your first hire to bring on your team. And I understand, Trina. I know when, you do everything that you can, but you get to a place to where it's like, I can no longer handle all these things by myself for the business to continue to operate at a high level. And I understand too, because you said Mother's Day, you were busy doing different stuff. My past 2 Father's Day, I got a Father's Hood brand. Right. My past 2 Father's Day, man, I've been busy. I've been working I ain't had no Father's Day the past 2 years.
Yeah. That's the part of doing business too. And I think people see it like when things start to happen and they start seeing like that grind and just doing it, like you make some sacrifices. So I was just like, I can't do this. And not to say, for everybody that might not be the first hire, the first place they need to go. I don't think it was like that. I mean, she does an awesome job. I have to give her credit for growing my page, but I'm a social media. I mean, I have a blog too on a page that I grew. So I'm capable of doing it. It's just that it was very time consuming for me. And I was like, I can't do this no more. And I'm not saying like it was a return on investment right away. Like I saw that, but just that sense of peace of somebody else dealing with it. Like we good.
That's powerful. That's powerful. So y'all pick them gems. Trina keep dropping them off. Y'all make sure y'all pick them up. All right. So I love that. Tell me this, Trina. So I mean, I know you got the motherhood brand, and do you see a spike in Mother's Day every year? Is that kind of like your busiest time for you?
Mother's Day is my Christmas, okay? Because everybody wants their shirt with the deadline. I'm low-key nervous this year because of the Postal Service is just screwing up royally.
Right.
And, you know, with the Christmas debacle and things like that, I'm like nervous. So it's going to be a super early cutoff. So if you want to wear your shirt on Mother's Day, order it now.
Yes.
Don't play around.
Yes.
I have to have a cutoff. So I'm making a cutoff like way in advance. So if the post office send your stuff to Alaska and back, hopefully you get there in time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know you went through it. And
absolutely. I know all about it. All about it. And it's so funny hearing you talk about this because I'm like, me and Trina could probably really trade notes because I say the same thing. Father's Day is my Christmas. And it just gets wild. But you're right. With the whole post office, all that stuff, we got to do stuff different. And last year, even with, I don't even want to get into it. It was crazy though.
I already know. I already understand.
That's what's up. Okay. So no, I think that's amazing. So tell me this. You've had these big platforms. You talked about Good Morning America. You talked about, I think I saw Oprah in the mix somewhere. You got these platforms. You talked about, your kids seeing you on TV. Talk to us about that and tell us what these platforms are. But then how did these opportunities come? Talk to me about that.
Woo! Let me tell you, ain't nothing but God, because I can't make this stuff. Again, my people think like I had some kind of background somewhere, fashion, beauty, or something. I'm like, no, I did trucks and trains. So I did not know anybody anywhere. Okay, so let's put that out there. But one thing I always tell people, which I learned this early and from Jay-Z, is the streets is watching.
Hey.
They're always watching. So let me tell you how Good Morning America came about. Somebody shared me on something, right? Mm-hmm. Then I get an email of this woman, like she replied to her confirmation and was like, hey, I just bought my shirts and have you thought about going on Good Morning America? I was like, this spam, like, I ain't wiring you no money. Like, what is this? Okay, I'm mad skeptical. I'm like, girl, bye, but I entertained it. I'm like, yeah, like, what is you talking about? She was like, hey, let's set up a call. And I'm like, okay. Like, I'm just going through the motions, like, girl, bye. Like, whatever. Just doubting it and stuff like I'm sitting here in my bedroom about to press some shirts, like, whatever. So get on the phone with her. She got it all the way down. And I'm like, yo, like, this is real. Like, this could happen.
Wow.
Well, we had the conversation. She took it to the show director or producers and all that stuff. And then they were like, yeah. And then next thing I know, I got a contract from ABC coming over.
Oh.
Like, legit, it happened like that. I didn't do nothing. I just did what they told me to do. So that forced me, I'm not going to front though. It forced me to level up. Okay. It forced me to level up. So I had to get my LLCs, my bank accounts. I filed for my trademark. I did everything. Got lawyers. Like, I just was like, I need everybody. Like, come on. Stop calling my friends. I'm like, and they wanted me to make a commitment of 10,000 shirts, which I'm like, what it takes for me to make 200 or 500 shirts? You talking about 10,000. I'm like, I can't even fit 10,000 in this house. Like, my whole garage would be filled up. Like, what does 10,000 shirts look like?
Right.
And that was ready to ship. So I was like, how am I going to do that? Then I started crunching the numbers. I was like, this is how much 10,000 shirts. So like everything, trust me, it was so many times like, I can't do this, Trina. This is like, it's a lot. But let me tell you, you can't tell me nothing now because I pulled it off. And this is September 1st. I was sitting in my spare bedroom in this messy room with shirts everywhere, transfer, and a heat press. I hadn't gotten one screen printed yet.
Right.
I was doing it all. So I had to get screen printers, One bailed on me before when I was about to order the truckloads of T-shirts.
Right.
He pulled out on me. So I had to move to somebody else, came through and like saved the day. Then I had to find a warehouse.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to get legal. I see somebody say I had to level all the way up. So, I know they said, be ready. So you have to get ready. You can get ready. You get there. You know what I mean? If you know yourself and you can pull it off, or that you're going to do whatever it takes. Because that's what I had to do. I had to get, they was like, oh, you got to have all this millions of dollars of insurance. I was like, they got insurance like that? It just blew my mind.
Yeah.
All the stuff that I had to do. And then it was so funny when I was talking to the insurance guy, I was like, he was like, who do you need on there as the writer? I was like, ABC. And he was like, ABC. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, the network. And he was like, oh, word. Like,
you doing it big time.
That was a little flex, though. That was like ABC. I'm not sure, but I was waiting for him to ask me. Like, but yeah, so it was just crazy. I think, you just got to go with it. So that was not planned. So it did well on Good Morning America. Went through with all that, dealt with that. It was a big undertaking. It was a lot. And then like the week of New Year's Eve, they hit me up and was like, hey, we want to do a year-end recap with all the small businesses we worked with. Can you send a video tomorrow? And it was like late night and all the stuff. My head was looking a mess. Man, I dusted off a wig. I put on some makeup. I shot this video and they ended up featuring me on New Year's Eve.
Wow.
And talking about me and stuff because like my reaction video, because I was on live and I was like swinging my hair all excited. They put that up. They put all the pictures back up and everything. So they ended up featuring me then. Then they asked me to come back and do The View.
What? Crazy. So they just dropping on you. Boom.
Play about me. Like, I just don't even. So now I'm like, shoot, I practically work at ABC.
For sure.
But I could have never planned this. That's what people understand. Like, I had none of these. I had my little blog button. I was cool. I was satisfied. It was working. I was home. I got my girls. And that's what we was doing. But now it's a whole machine.
Wow, that's amazing. I think that's amazing. I think that's so inspirational, Trina, because, there's a lot of people out there who would love those looks. And it's not like you went out looking for those opportunities.
I did.
It came to you. But the part that I love the most is when it comes to getting these shirts and getting all this stuff done in time and getting the LLC and putting all these things together. There are some people that might fold under that. There's some people who might be like, oh, I don't want to get on the show. I want to, but maybe I don't want to because they might be dealing with the imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Right? But you pushed for it. You did all these things. You got it together. And then it led to these other opportunities. And like you said, it was the streets watching. Somebody paid attention because you had good product, good experience. And then you got this great opportunity. So that's amazing. That's amazing.
I definitely had imposter syndrome because I was like, I was sitting in my spare bedroom. I was like, there's no way.
Wow.
This out. But then my crazy part of me was like, go ahead, try it though. Let's see what happens.
that part, that's the part that overruled. I love
it was like, what you got to lose? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm gonna go ahead and try it anyway, because I was definitely at that point where I was like, I can't do this. Like, they got brands, they got warehouses and VPs and all this stuff. Because everybody, when we were going back, when they were setting everything up, they was like, Eric, can you get your team on the phone?
You like, who, what?
Yeah.
You gonna change your voice?
Right. Like, maybe ask my husband to come listen in, but he ain't gonna do nothing. So
that's dope. I love it, man. I think that's just powerful all in itself. Just to be like, you didn't have these teams, maybe all this, they looked at it from the inside or from the outside in, like you got this big team and this big operation, but you were really handling it and you pushed past that imposter syndrome and you made it happen. Y'all do not shy away from opportunities. Make it happen. Just like Trina did. She showed what it did for her business. And like she said, now it's a machine. So with that being said, Trina, I heard you talk about you started getting some screen printers. So you moved from the heat press to start doing screen printing, right? And then at what point in time, no, you know what? Before I ask you that, when they did the promo, you had like the 10,000 shirts. How did they sell? What happened?
We went in a back order. I sold those and then some. You know?
Yeah.
And I was like looking at it like, is this serious? Like, is this real? Like, are they gonna take this back from me? Like, what is going on? I sold all those and was going in the back order. So I had back order fulfillment.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's so powerful. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to get the look, but see the power behind it. Wow.
Right. I remember when buying 10 shirts was like a lot, like, because I didn't know, not to say I knew I could sell them, but I was just like, I didn't want to buy none I could sell. So I'd be like, just give me 5 or 10 shirts and then I'll sell those real quick. And then I go back. Like I was at the wholesale like every day. They were like, Trina, like, I know they was looking like, girl, just buy some doggone shirts. But I was trying to, leverage it and, bootstrap my way up. So I was just buying what I could.
Right.
And then the fact that I bought 10,000 units before I sold one shirt, that was scary in itself.
Right. That's a leap of faith.
Warehouses, renting trucks and driving trucks across Atlanta, moving them from here to there at A to C, whole team folded. We had to fold 10,000 shirts. You know, like because of your father's day.
Yeah, I know about that. For sure. 10,000 shirts is a lot of shirts.
It's a lot of shirts. It's a lot of shirts. So yeah, just getting it together. And it's a lot of stuff you don't even be thinking about as you go. But like, because even when I got my first order before the whole view and stuff, I didn't even have mailers. I didn't even think about that. I put the shirt on and orders came through. Then I had the shirts ready. I was like, oh snap, I need something to put them in.
Wow.
So I went to Dollar Tree and grabbed some mailers. And then I was like, okay, asked a couple of friends, where y'all get y'all mailers from? I started with Staples, then Amazon's and, stuff like that. And that's just kind of built my way up. Now I'll be pulling up to, what's that place up in Brazelton?
Uline.
Yeah.
I know about
my warehouse takes care of that, but we did run out of a size at one point and I had to like make an emergency trip up there, but that's just what we have to do.
Absolutely. No, I love that. I think that's extremely powerful. So real quick, Customer Mojo, I appreciate you, Customer Mojo. Customer Mojo said, always good vibes and info. Much appreciation for watching Customer Mojo and sending that super chat over. So Miss Trina, you switched over, you started doing, the screen print. At what point in time after that did you move over to your warehouse? How did that happen?
So I moved over because, again, GMA forced me to level up.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have nowhere to put 10,000 shirts. And I actually had, I'm telling you, my tribe and community, I know for every, bad experience you have, there's like 10 good ones, okay? Right. I had a friend that offered me warehouse space. If you want to put your stuff in here, because I was thinking like, I got to hire a staff. I need 10 people. I got to get more computers and printers and blah, 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 blah. So I was like, I got to find a warehouse. But I'm like, I ain't got the money for a warehouse because I had to buy these shirts. I had a friend offer her space. You can come in here, bring your team. Y'all can work and do this. And it was like such a blessing. But then I got a referral to a fulfillment. So because of that, so I took all the shirts, I drove them over there, rented a truck, drove them over there, and we folded them there. She let me fold them in there. And then she had it all set up and ready to ship the orders because that's what she did. So that was a blessing. So I didn't have to get my own warehouse because I couldn't even imagine the process to get a warehouse.
Right.
Trying to move in there. So that's how we did. So it was GMA that did that. And then after GMA, after that went well, I just moved in there full time with my regular orders.
Right.
Not through GMA. So then I moved in there and that's been going well ever since. So I've been there, since August. I've been in this warehouse space.
That's amazing. So at this point in time, is it, you and your family, have you hired people to work in the warehouse? Talk to me about how does that work as far as operations and your team?
So operations. So I have a social media manager.
Yeah.
I have a personal assistant, and she also keeps her eyes on the page and tries to capture and responds. And my warehouse, they do my customer service, so it's like an add-on, and they fulfill all the orders, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And then I have my screen printer.
Right.
And then who else do I have? I have people that come in and help me fold. Because it takes like a good 2 weeks to fold 10,000 shirts. Like,
absolutely.
It's a lot. So I'll have people, everybody like, you got work for me this week and stuff like that. So I feel blessed that I'm actually able to pay people, because I never thought that would happen.
Wow.
You sit here, you think like, it's just us, everybody free 99. I got my 10-year-old daughter, I pay her what, $5-10 an hour. I don't know. She wanted more. I don't know.
Right.
So I paid her. My husband, he don't get nothing. And it was just us doing everything. And even she was bagging hats. Like everybody had their position. And now it's like, I'm over here paying invoices. Like I couldn't even imagine that I could even pay invoices that have commas in them. Okay. Right. I was a little nervous. Now I'm like, let me just pay these folks. Cause I don't want anybody coming at me, So
I love it.
Got a team, so it's working. I just what else I got? Oh, I have an email marketing person. She really just kind of set my stuff up, but that was one of those investments that is hard for me because I know you do Facebook.
Yeah.
Things that you don't see. When you buy shirts, you see the shirts, and I know for me that was an obstacle I had to overcome. Like even hiring a social media manager, which was the first step.
Right.
To see the money that, to invest that money when you don't really see the return on it, at least right away, like you're just throwing it out there. So that was hard, but now I'm like over that hump. I know what to look for.
Yeah.
I research, I look at reviews and things like that. So that's a hard one. And I just recommend everybody just, if they ain't got the receipts, don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, I think that's solid advice right there, Trina. That's solid advice. If they ain't got the receipts, they ain't got that track record, whatever it is, don't do it. You're looking because, like you said, you're putting money out there. Maybe the return doesn't come back right then, but it's you investing your money, right? And you want to make sure that you put it in the best place. So I think that's powerful just to see all these levels, right? We just walked through all these levels that you've taken, right? It's just going up, more people, warehouse, large orders, PR, all this type of stuff, right? And you didn't even plan this out at the beginning, Trina.
Not at all. I'm still flying by the seat of my pants. Okay.
I love it. So anybody watching, right? She said she's still flying by the seat of her pants. But one thing that I've heard from Trina multiple times during this conversation is that she takes action. She just takes action and she learns on the go. And I think that's an important skill for anybody out there building any type of business. So very, very powerful, Trina. So with that being said, what is next? Like, what do you see next for the brand? Where are you trying to take it? What you want to do with this Supermom? Where are you trying to put this at?
Listen, I told you I'm trying to figure out Mother's Day right now. So I don't even know. Like, people ask, like, do you want to be in retail or things like that? I don't know. Cause I kind of, and I think this is what, like, everybody, yes, I'm claiming it, TShirt Millionaire, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, what does that look like for me? I like to be comfortable. I like money. I know how to make money, so that's not like an issue for me because at the end of the day, I can go back to the workforce if I have to get money.
Right.
Right. So I think it's just like what levels. I don't have to be $1 billion. I'll take it.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm fine. Like I don't need more. So that's just how I am. Right. Like I'm comfortable. I like that I can, help contribute to our household.
Right.
And, I'm comfortable with that. And it's okay for people to be comfortable because people feel like they got to keep chasing that bag internally. I want my bag to work for me. That's my goal. Is I just want it to work for me so I ain't got to do nothing. Mm-hmm. So if Supermom can stay turnkey and that warehouse keep shipping and the social media keep posting and I can sit back, or I really can't, but you get what I'm saying? And I can sit here and just, track my orders and check on inventory. That's fine with me.
Right.
I don't know what's going to happen. So I really can't say what's next because I just feel like I kind of like let the universe come. And if, Nordstrom happens to call and say they want Supermom Culture, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, it'll be on the table for a conversation.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. So what is your idea? So I'll do that.
Right. No, I think that's dope though. And what I heard is, you're good with you're able to take to your family, contribute. It's lifestyle, right? It may not be all this, like you said, it ain't all about just chasing the bag. You want the bag to work for you so you can just be comfortable, right? And so I think that's extremely powerful of you building a business. And you're at a place now to where you don't have to work as much in the business, right?
Right.
That business is working for you. So
Right.
I think that's dope. Real quick, Trina, I want to talk about marketing. What are your favorite ways to market and advertise your brand?
Of course, social media definitely helps. I think that's one thing that kind of helped catapult. Of course, I had the audience, but when the pandemic started, I ended up, I jumped on that Don't Rush challenge, where everybody was throwing stuff and passing things. So I jumped on that with some friends. They turned these videos around in like one day for me. Cause you don't do it in the first couple days. You're late. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I didn't want to do it, but I was like, oh, so of course I spent all day editing a video, put that on there. That video basically kind of like low-key went viral, right?
Wow. Yeah.
We did it and it went well. And so that I think got a lot of eyeballs on Supermom Culture. And so I think that was like the beginning of it. So I think that helps. I think you just have to be creative sometimes with your product. Videos always do pretty well. And now Reels on Instagram is really good. And usually when I drop something new, I would do like a fun reel or TikTok. My 10-year-old is my my producer. I call her producer. Yeah. Like, what TikTok should I try to do for this? And, I'll look through the ones that she comes up with and I'll be like, okay, let's try this style of TikTok. And then I'll put on like the Supermom and do stuff. So I'll do that. So that works good. But of course, emails, y'all got to get these people's emails.
Oh, wait, there you go.
Them emails is lit. Oh. And I did not even realize it. I was so mad at myself that I just got on, was it Klaviyo?
Klaviyo, yeah.
Klaviyo. I just got on there like last summer or before that or whatever. And I was like, and then when I was like, you're telling me I was emailing these folks, like, oh my gosh. So email is king because the Instagram could go down, your account can get locked. So many things can happen. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. And then let me say this. Again, I've never paid anybody to wear my shirt and stuff like that. Don't get caught up in somebody wearing your shirt. Because I see that a lot. Like, people get mad. I sent them a shirt. They never wore it. They never posted it. But like, what was your motive? Like, you trying to feed off that? Because if you really want them to post it, you would have paid them for it. And I think we have to remember that. Because I see a lot of people get mad. Like, I sent her something and she didn't post it. I get gifts all the time as a blogger. Because people want me to post stuff. But that's not a gift. Me being a person I am, I'll put it on my stories. I'll do something with it. But I'm not obligated to. And I think people got to remember that. Oh, Afro Unicorns is in here. I got to get a shirt for my girls. I've been seeing it. It's just sitting down and doing it because I'm moving a mile a minute. So, yeah, I think we just really have to get in that because I'm going to tell you, organically, people going to wear it and post it. Nicole Ari Parker had on my hoodie, the Supermom hoodie, and posted it and then tagged all of her Hollywood Black moms. Romeo Union. Who else? Like so many people, Holly Robinson and so many people. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I can't believe she had the hoodie, number one. Right. And then she she basically put me on to these other moms. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, oh my gosh, like that was crazy. Didn't pay it, don't even know it. And then, then these like other influencers are wearing it. I didn't even know they had it because now I don't take care of the order, so I don't even see them come through. Right. So like I see them, I'm just as shocked as everybody else. Like, oh, she got a Superman. Oh, snap! You know what I mean? Right. And I appreciate it because they paid their money and they posted it. Wow. But that just shows that they're in the movement. They're in the culture too. They feel connected. Wow. And I think we just got to remember that. So yeah, don't get caught up in, oh, they got my shirt and they ain't post me. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how it works. I hate to say it, how it works. If they post it, great. Right. If they don't, you got to keep pushing. You can't depend. Because some of the people got fake followers. Don't even get me started.
You said you
fake followers, fake everything, okay? And then you want them to post it. They really only talking to 500 people, right? You better off getting your girlfriends to post your shirt to their folks. On Facebook or whatever. And then those are legit. Those are when I see action, when the smaller people that aren't even bloggers, they just moms and they just got friends. Like they wear it, their whole crew coming. Right.
Right. I love that. You didn't drop so much on us. Number one, talked about just getting creative, y'all. You know what I'm saying? She talked about getting creative. She talked about reels, right? Reels is a big one, especially when it comes to just organic reach, right? She talked about when she does new drops, right? She might do a reel. She got her daughter helping her maybe pick something out, something funny, something good. All right. Email marketing. Make sure y'all take care of that email marketing. Those emails. Make sure y'all do that. All right. Also, you never know. As you keep pushing and doing things, you're going to have influencers, celebrity. You never know what type of look, who they going to tag, who is going to get in front of. So it's just about pushing anyway. You know what I'm saying? Right, and then the same thing is, do not get caught up if somebody done post it. Don't let it hinge on somebody just posting your picture, not one person.
Because your business ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
That's your business plan. Is this person posting your shirt? That's not a business plan.
That's a fact. So all solid gems. I love that. I appreciate you sharing, Trina. So look, Trina, you done gave us so much today, and I'm appreciative, and I know everybody in the audience is definitely appreciative. Last question I want to ask you, for that person who's starting out and they want to build a t-shirt brand, what type of advice would you give them to get started?
Research. Research is very important. Again, I'm a marketer at heart.
Right.
You got to be able to do it on your own. You can't wait for, Ray and them to put you on. Again, that kind of goes back to social media. You can't just slide into everybody's DMs and just say, how do you start the t-shirt business?
Wow.
Because even if I tell you everything to get, you're still going to have obstacles along the way.
Wow.
But you got to be able to, if the internet goes down and you out there, you got to be able to figure it out.
Right.
I mean, and I think just doing it, just do it and getting your hands in there and getting dirty and then just see what happens. Just start feeling around. You learn so much. And I feel like people want to skip that. Or you can pay somebody to tell you everything to do step by step.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? They want to take me out for coffee and then me to give them the whole game. I can give you the game.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that you're going to have the community if you ain't built it yet. That don't mean you're going to have the emails. You're not going to have the same stuff that I've already worked for because what they say, overnight.
Overnight success?
Yeah. Overnight success. I started this blog 10 years ago. So I'm not really overnight. Yeah. I have an advantage because I built a community. People already knew who I was.
Right.
So it wasn't that. I don't want to say it was hard. It's still hard, but it wasn't that hard. Because, I started Supermom Culture. When I turned it on, I only had like 100 followers.
Yeah.
Now I had like 18,000 in like less than a little over a year.
Right.
So it's going well. You know what I mean? So we're just building that. But yeah, I just say you just gotta just do it. Like
do it.
You're doing research, but don't start doing them action with the research. Find out, okay, this is where I can get shirts from. If you have to go to Walmart to grab some shirts, there's white shirts everywhere, a pack of Hanes, just to see what your shirt will look like. Do that.
Right.
You don't have to like go all out and buy hundreds. I never did hundreds. If I bought 100 shirts, I was like breathing hard because it was a lot for me. You know what I mean? When I had to go do that type of pickup. But just get you a pack of shirts, try it out. And can I drop this other little gem?
Oh, please. Yeah, please. We need all. Go ahead.
So this is like my little secret too.
Yeah.
If you don't know who to make your shirt to get a sample, I started out doing aprons. See, I didn't even tell y'all that. I started out doing these aprons because I did not want to do t-shirts, right? Did these aprons. They was cute. They did all right. I went, because my samples that I had got from a screen printer I was trying to use was horrible. I didn't like it. I went to a kiosk. I went and bought more aprons, went to a kiosk in the mall and had them make me a sample.
Wow.
Now, I paid out the butt for it, but I had my sample.
Right.
I was able to take my pictures. I was able to put it on, post it, and start getting it come in. And while that was going on, I was trying to find somebody else to make these doggone aprons.
Right.
So that's just really how it went. But don't underestimate, there's resources out there. And that's a little gem that I don't think people think about. We're going to pay maybe $20 for that one, sample or for them to put it on there, but you got your sample and you can move forward.
Absolutely.
That's a little secret gem that I did. Again, it's research. I was like, who print shirt? I was like, Kiosk. Okay, he over here screen or he pressing shirts. Let me holler at him real quick.
Right.
Can you do this for me? He said, sure. Did it right there on the spot.
Right. Now you can go take pictures and start pushing your brand. You ain't got to go through nothing complicated.
Nothing complicated. Don't overthink it. Just do your research and just go for it and do it and figure it out.
So valuable. Y'all better make sure y'all watch this multiple times. Trina gave us so much game today, man. This has been amazing. So, Miss Trina, Miss Supermom, look, I thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Time that I DM, you got back with me. We scheduled. You share so much information, and I'm inspired. I know so many other people inspired. What y'all want y'all to do? Mother's Day is around the corner. So if you got a queen in your life that you care about, we got nice Supermom shirts right there.
We got them. We got everything. We got hats. We got boots, we got hoodies. We got it all. Fanny packs. What you want?
Right. What you want. So make sure your mama's hooked up for this Mother's Day. The time is right now. Miss Trina, where can they find you if they want to look for you? Where can they find you on social media?
All right. So go to @Supermom Culture is on Instagram, supermomculture.com to shop. I'm Hey Trina on Instagram, and heytrina.com is my blog. So follow everybody, follow all around, because I'm all over the place sharing stuff. Okay.
I love it. Well, Miss Trina, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for gracing your presence on the show today. And we look forward to seeing you grow. We look forward to supporting you for Mother's Day. I'm over here messing up my words for Mother's Day. And thank you so much and many blessings as you continue to build this great business. All right.
Same to you. And thank you. I love your energy and how you even just bringing all of us on here. Absolutely. I mean, you got it down. You got the whole situation. Like, that's something to aspire to as well.
I truly appreciate that. Many blessings. I'm going to continue building. Thank you so much. All right. See you later. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And another one. I know y'all was inspired by that, man. Come on now. Miss Supermom. Amazing brand. She started some. She created it from scratch. Didn't even have the idea. She said she didn't even want to mess with t-shirts, right? But let's walk through the story, right? She built an audience. She was doing blogging before that, right? She had the idea of a shirt. She didn't even have the brand yet. It was just a Supermom shirt. She ain't built a whole website. She ended up going to the blog, finding the shop now button, putting that together. After that, it started taking off, right? Then from there, she's building all this movement. She talked about connection to an audience, to a movement. People were getting plugged into something that had a message, right? That they cared about, that they felt like it was a movement, and so they supported. She continued to move down the journey. She wasn't expecting to get all this big publicity and all that, but somebody ended up reaching out to her based on what she created because she had a quality product and a quality message. She wasn't ready for them 10,000 shirts, but she made herself ready. She got ready. She went and got the LLC, the trademark, went and got the shirts, all these different things. She didn't just sell the 10,000 shirts, but they overbought from her. You know what I'm saying? Back orders. You get what I'm saying? She talked about imposter syndrome, but she didn't let that hold her back. She moved on and stopped doing the presses and the things by herself, got the warehouse, got a team, got somebody to manage the social media, so forth and so on, and just growing the brand over time. Celebrities, influencers. It ain't like she's just reaching out. She ain't paying nobody. People are loving what she's done. And based off of that, they're supporting her on a higher level. Y'all, this is powerful, man. We do these and we have these conversations, and I love to talk to these brand owners because they have stories that can help you take your brand to the next level. I don't care if you're at the beginning, the middle, you might be doing something high level. There's gems that you can take from somebody else's process to help you grow. All right. Trina's story was amazing today. It's extremely inspirational today. Y'all make sure y'all come back and listen to this. I always say, repetition is the father of learning. Listen over and over again. There's going to be some things that you pick up the second time you might not have caught the first time. And then bigger than that, y'all make sure y'all go to supermomculture.com. Make sure that y'all go support for Mother's Day, right? The time is now. Real quick, I just want to make sure that y'all see this. come over to the website, Supermom Culture. She talked about it. She got the hat, she got the shirt, she got the bags, she got all of that, right? And this is a great thing that you can represent your mother or the women in your life, whoever it is, to support, right? And support a Black-owned business, a woman-owned business, but also give a great present to the women in your life that you care about and you love. Mother's Day is right around the corner. Make sure you make it happen. I'm gonna go ahead and buy mine. I hope mine ain't watching right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I get mine. But look, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much as always. Share this with your mama, your grandmama, put it in a Facebook group, send it in a DM, whatever it is. I'm trying to bring the best people on to help us take things to the next level. So please make sure you share this. And the more it gets out, the more people that it'll help. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it, y'all. As I always tell you, if you can see it in your mind's eye, one day you're going to be able to see it with your real eyes. Many blessings, T-Shirt Millionaires. Peace. I'll see y'all in the next episode.